Want to turn your passion for drawing into a full-time career? Discover our courses at Brushcamp where you become a master in the realm of digital painting. Brushcamp offers tons of similar courses in illustration, 2D, 3D design. Level up your creativity with free knowledge and courses. Visit brushcamp.com today and explore endless possibilities.
Hello everyone. Welcome to the Newbie Photoshop course. This course is designed for beginners who have never used Photoshop software before, but have a passion for digital painting. I will guide you on how to start Photoshop software. When you open Photoshop software, I will open a new page. When you open Photoshop software, it will display the new document dialog box. Up here is the menu bar. These are the options for canvas formats. For example, I select the photo format. Default Photoshop size is 7x5 in. This is the default size, or other sizes like print. It has sizes like these, and it also has many other formats, such as web, mobile. These are the default formats. For example, I select the default size of the print format. I choose size A3, 297 by 420. It will appear with a canvas like this, and it has width and height according to the format. On the right side is the default format of Photoshop. The default format of Photoshop is the menu bar at the top. It contains settings that you can customize. For example, the File menu. It contains options for opening and saving files. To save a file, you press Ctrl+S. If you want to save a completely new file, press Shift-Ctrl+S. The shortcuts are documented here. All software have similar settings like this. If you want to open a file, select Open. Then choose the folder you want to open. For example, I chose the folder Newbie. I want to open this image. Click on the image and click Open. That image will be opened in Photoshop. The image you selected is opened. Remember to select Open and click OK, then your image will be opened. Remember the selection areas on the menu bar above. The left menu bar contains tools for editing in Photoshop. For example, the Move tool. This tool is used to move the image. For example, you can move the house or turtle you drew. Photoshop software is quite interesting. When you hover over the tool icon, it will display the shortcut key V and a GIF describing how to use the tool. If you want to learn more, click Learn More. It will show more detailed instructions. You can watch it. Other tools are the same. If you see a small triangle below, it means that when you left-click, it will display the options of that tool. I have displayed the actions at the bottom left of the screen. It will show the actions when I use the mouse. You can follow my actions. Okay. This is the toolbar for editing tools. On the right side, it will default to the color picker area. You select colors here for drawing. This is one of the important selection panels for digital painting. This toolbar also has properties to adjust the settings. And an important part of digital painting is layers. I will give a brief introduction. There are some issues when you are new to using Photoshop software. Pay attention. When you install Photoshop, this is the default interface. But sometimes when you use Photoshop on a different machine, those machines have different shortcuts and menu bars than this. I will guide you on how to set the workspace back to default. You click on the icon in the top right corner of the screen. The default setting is Essentials. There are various different interfaces available. For example, you choose Graphic and Web. The interface will display tools suitable for graphic and web designers. Graphic designers usually work with text-related operations. It shows a panel of text options, or photographers. They often use adjustments and filters to edit images. And we just choose the default mode, which is Essentials. That's the first thing you need to remember. When you use software like Photoshop or other software, you will often make the mistake of pressing the wrong keyboard shortcuts. You don't need to find a way to fix that problem. if the problem is too difficult for you to figure out, even by searching on YouTube, what you need to do is reset Photoshop to the default settings. I will guide you on how to reset Photoshop to the default settings. In the top menu bar, click on Edit. Click Preferences. Then click General. Its shortcut is 𝗍𝗍𝗀𝗃. A selection box will appear. In the General section, select Reset Preferences on Quit. You can find it in this selection box. Here, click Reset Preferences on Quit. Then click OK. Click OK. After that, you exit and reopen Photoshop. It will return to the default settings. I exit Photoshop and reopen Photoshop. It will return to the default mode. I select New File. I usually choose A3 or A4 size. Let me briefly explain about the new document. When creating a canvas, pay attention to the preset detail parameters. Those are the parameters you want to adjust. It includes the parameters for width and height. For example, if you choose the A3 size, it will show the width of the A3 size as 297 millimeters. There are various unit types, so choose the unit type that you find most understandable. The common unit of measurement in Photoshop is pixels. Pixel px. If you pay attention to some TVs, you may see that it says 1080px or 720 HD. The higher the pixel value, the sharper the image. One choose the unit of measurement as mm. The next thing you need to know is the resolution. Resolution represents the level of detail in the image. For example, it calculates the number of pixels per inch. The default resolution is 300 pixels inch, but if you have a lower spec machine, you can adjust the parameter to 72 pixels inch. The higher the resolution value, the better the quality of the image you draw. Your machine configuration must be strong enough to handle a high resolution value. I set the default resolution to 300 pixels inch, reduced to 72 pixels inch if your machine is not strong enough. I keep the default settings of Photoshop, and next is the color mode, which will have RGB color mode. This is the mode you use when drawing pictures, without the need to print them. RGB color represents red, green, blue. If you want to print the picture, choose CMYK color mode. You can change the color mode to CMYK after finishing the drawing. It doesn't have any impact. And 8-bit. Unless you make other advanced adjustments to add more bit depth to the color mode, leave the remaining selections as default like this. I create a new file with A3 size. Let's find out more about it. Find out what the Photoshop interface has. Regarding the file menu, it includes operations with files, such as creating a new file. The shortcut is Ctrl+N, or Open File Ctrl+O, or Save File. Those are the operations related to files. Next is the Edit menu. You can have a brief understanding of this menu. It is used to edit objects within the image. Next is the Image menu. It shows the image size and canvas size. Canvas means the entire working area here, while image size refers to the image. I will explain in more detail in future lessons. I am just briefly discussing these selection areas so that you can easily understand how to use Photoshop, and you will know where to find the selection areas you want. For example, if you want to edit an image, it will be within the image selection area, or the file selection area to open files, save files, or import an image into Photoshop. The Edit selection area. Image. Options for layers. Layers are among the most important parts of Photoshop or drawing software. Type contains options related to typography. Select encompasses all options related to selections. I will discuss it in future videos. Filters are options for editing images, similar to using filters to edit photos on your phone. 3D is a new feature of Photoshop. You don't need to learn about it yet, because 3D is not widely used in digital painting. View is the section for display options in the workspace. Plugins are additional utilities that you can add to enhance the Photoshop software. You will not use this much. Window is quite important. It displays the options shown on the main screen in the workspace. For example, the layer appears in the workspace. If you uncheck the tick, it will no longer appear in the workspace. If you want to display a specific tab in the workspace, you just need to click on the window, click on Layer, and the Layer tab will appear. Help provides options for assistance and Photoshop-related questions. You only need to pay attention to File, Edit, Image, Layer, and Select. When using it, you might accidentally press the Tab key. And when you accidentally press the Tab key, the menu bars will disappear in the workspace. If you press the Tab key again, they will reappear. The menu bar on the left contains drawing tools, but we will only learn about important tools in digital painting. We will delve deeper into these tools in the next lesson. The menu bar on the right contains the color picker and layer selection panel. If you don't want to use this panel, click and drag it out. Click the X to close this selection panel. We only need the color picker and layer selection panel for drawing. If you want to adjust the length of these panels, hover your mouse between the two panels and scale it to the desired size. This is the workspace I want. There's another panel I often open, which is the brush selection panel. Click on brush in the window. The brush selection panel will appear. Drag it down to make it more convenient for selecting brushes, and make it narrower. Practice using these tools to become proficient. Because I'm right-handed, I have the tool panels on the right for easy access. Let me give you an example. I press Ctrl Shift N and click OK to create a new layer. I select brush and start drawing. These are basic skills that someone new to Photoshop software should know. Okay, thanks for watching. See you in the next lesson. Bye.
Please like and subscribe to our channel.